Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
So let's talk about how to bend time. This sounds so freaky, right? It sounds like that, you know that scene in The Matrix? The very first one, when Neo, so Keanu Reeves' character, when he's first like attacked by, what are those guys called in the black suits and the glasses? The Mr. Smiths or something like that? But you know when he kind of like, it's like a slow-mo, like he kind of does like back bend and the bullet goes right over him, right? It's not that kind of time bending, although that would be super fucking rad. But let's talk about this. Like, what does that mean? I did a podcast episode a while back. I think I did one which was entitled, You've Got All the Time That You Need. So, you know, one of the biggest things I hear from a lot of you is saying that you don't have the time. And that can be a reality that you don't have the time. But honestly, for most of you, it's an excuse. It's a reason for not executing. It is a belief that you have that says that I can't do stuff in the time I have. And just so you know, this is not going to be a podcast episode about how to best like use your time and having some kind of like fucking nope, won't be any of that kind of stuff. You won't get that stuff from me. We're talking about bigger concepts, bigger ideas. Because see, if you lay tools on top of shit, they do not stick. If you lay tools on top of principles and foundations and fundamentals, well, now if they're used over top of that, well, now it can actually work. So let's talk about what this means to bend time. You know, my husband and I, when we sit down on our weekly date nights, and as we have 2 a week, but at least weekly date nights, is we often, there's going to be some point in the night, the conversation comes up over like, man, can you believe what this year's been like? Man, can you believe what's changed over the last 2 years, over the last 3 years since we moved to Victoria? Like just a year and, oh gosh, let me think, 4 months ago? Like our life has changed dramatically. And it's not just because we took a ton of action, because that did happen. It's not just because we got clear on the things that we wanted, because that happened too. There was a lot of shit along the way with that. There was definitely some resistance. There was definitely some challenges along the way. And there will continue to be challenges, sister. It doesn't stop. You don't arrive. You don't get to here or there or wherever the fuck that is. Everywhere. This is really a conversation of talking about one of the first times I'd really understood and heard this word in this context was from Garrett J. White from Warrior, talking about expansion. What I often call, within the Women Wanting More movement, creating a life of more. And expansion is just simply that when you get so clear on the things that you want, you know, like, what is that deep why for you to want the things that you actually want? You commit to taking action, and then you actually do those things. You do what you say that you're going to do. It is, and on top of that, you do things, you make deposits every single day, what I call the more 4 pillars: your marriage, children, your body, your business / work. In other words, you constantly are making small steps every single day, every single day, every single day. You continue to do what I often call the unsexy, right? The things that's like showing up for the gym when you don't feel like it. Making a food choice that's going to best fuel, nourish your body versus eating, something you get through a drive-through window. It's about sending that text message to let your husband know what you honor, love, appreciate about him, even when you're not fucking feeling very appreciative at all and loving. It's the time that you remember to say, who do I want to become right now? Who is the mother I want to show up for my children when you feel like you're losing your shit for like the 20th time that day? It's those times. It's those times, sister, that you continue to do the necessary steps, the necessary work, no matter what, because you've made a commitment that you are way more committed to the results than you are to what it feels like to go through this. and that you accept and understand that it is normal and necessary to not want to do some of this shit, to have off days. To have days where just everything, like the shit just hits the fan. And you're like, what the hell, man? Bending time. You know, it would be cool if I had like some, physics background and I could talk to you from that standpoint, and we would use the word consciousness lots of times, and, all of that. Abundance, intuition, tapping in, centering yourself. All that kind of shit, right? But that's not what this conversation is about. It is way more simple than you are making it out to believe. That the ability for you to do the things that you want to do within your life, to bend time, is so much easier than you actually realize it, sister. But it's going to take some commitment, right? It's going to take you getting clear. And when you're clear on the things you want, you're also become really clear on the things that don't fit within that anymore. They just don't fit. They just don't. So when someone might say to me, like, hey, not that we get a lot of invitations for like stuff like parties or coming out to do things, because Ed and I keep our circle of friends incredibly small. But when someone says that, and let's say it was a Friday, which is our date night, I go, oh, it's on Friday. I go, oh, it's our date night. Well, can't you change that? Nope. It's date night. Like, I'm clear this isn't going to interfere with, why don't you guys come out and we can all do something together? Nope, that's not date night. Date night is me and him. It doesn't involve you or anyone fucking else. It's me and him. That's it. Like, I'm clear on that, right? I'm clear on that. I'm clear that I don't want to be dragging my kids from lesson to class to sports to all this kind of stuff. And when my oldest son, Tyson, has expressed interest now in kickboxing, which was first class a couple nights ago, plus we have swimming, which is just once a week, he's 7. Just really clear that it's like, it's 2 things and that's it. I'm really clear that after my son going through a program for his dyslexia to really understand how to best utilize his brain, which is brilliant, and how to really learn the tools and how to manage the stuff that comes up with dyslexia and can be a real issue and challenge, that it's clear to me that I am taking the time that's necessary every single day to work with him and using these tools to really help him. I'm clear that even after it's been like a year and a half of like, how am I going to get my work done and how can I run a business and all this kind of stuff, that I'm really clear that me comes first. So that means, yes, I often take times to work out during what was normally my normal kind of work day, which would be like 9 to 2:15 or so. It's now often smack dab at the beginning when I've got boxing or when I have swimming. I'm now clear that, what's needed for me, what I want, and how I want to show up as a mother means that my work day ends by like 2:15, 2:20. I'm driving to pick up my son Tyson right now at school. And then I'm into mom mode. And there might be some work later in the day. And I've found out and figured a way of how to work things within the pockets. The things might not happen as quickly as I want them to, but I'm creating the life that I truly, truly want, truly desire. I'm clear on these things. And when I'm clear on these things, it means I say no to an awful lot of stuff. Awful lot of stuff. Hey, can we have a conversation about something? I want to pick your brain. Nope. Hey, why don't you talk about my business on your podcast? Nope. Hey, why don't you have your kids come out to the saying, by the way, it's going to be like way past their bedtime. Nope. I'm so clear on the things that I fucking want. So clear. And when you're so clear and you eliminate the things within your life that no longer fit, believe me, you will have more than enough time to create and do the things that you want within your life. You will bend time. You will literally see how quickly that you are able to shift and make things happen within your life. It is mind-bending to me, pun intended, talking about bending time this episode, how much is truly possible. I've been living this way of being, this life, this expansion, this life of more for the past 2.5, close to 3 years now. And I literally will look back, like, I'll be like, I'm like, oh my God, that week, there's like so much stuff going on. I'm like, wait a second, it's only Wednesday. Holy shit balls. Like, wow. And it's not like a pat on the back, like, oh, look at all the stuff I got done. Like, it's bigger than that, sister. Your life becomes full and rich and meaningful. And it's not same old, same old. It can be same old, same old. Some of the things you're doing, which get you the results that you want. But it certainly doesn't feel that way. It becomes bigger and better than you can ever imagine. But it starts with clarity. It starts with you getting honest about who you are and what you want and why you want these things, and are you willing to commit to making them happen? And then you do it. And then you do the necessary steps. It's really what it comes down to. So here's your more tip for today. What area of your life are you saying? So in the more 4 pillars, so your marriage, your body, your children, or your work/business, which one of those 4 more pillars are you saying that you don't have time to do the thing that you want to do, or the things that you want to do? And here's the second piece of that. What can you eliminate on your life? Getting clear on that thing that you actually want. What are some things that no longer fit? They will not bring you forward to what you truly want within your life, with your current way of being. What are those? Journal both of those down. Make sure to get your free Women Wanting More limited edition journal. By the way, if you haven't gotten yours yet, there's been 305 or 8 that have been sent out by the time of recording this podcast to 12 to 14 countries around the world. Like, incredible. All these amazing pictures women are posting up that are coming in. So I want you to head over to drkarenosborn.com/free journal to grab yours, and make sure to head over to drkarenosborn.com. So that's drkarenosborn.com, and be part of the Women Wanting More newsletter, tribe, and community. There's a lot of you that actually are on this list yet. Craziness, man. Because you get VIP access to everything new that's coming out with Women Wanting More, podcast episodes, new programs, free shit. So that's over at drkarenosborn.com, drkarenosborn.com. So I will talk to the next episode, sister. A life of more is just one step away from you doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosborn.com/newsletter.